Have you ever felt that spiritual awakening was supposed to make you feel peaceful, happy, and free from problems? But instead, you felt confused, emotional, lonely, or even lost? If yes, you're not alone. One of the biggest challenges on the spiritual path is that many of us begin the journey with unrealistic expectations. We imagine awakening as a magical destination where all suffering ends and life becomes effortless. But awakening is often much messier, more humbling, and far more transformative than we expect. So, in today's video, we'll explore 7 common misconceptions about spiritual awakening that can actually slow down your growth and create unnecessary suffering. So, let's begin. First misconception is that spiritual awakening means constant happiness. Perhaps the most common myth is that awakened people are always calm, peaceful, and happy. The truth is that awakening doesn't remove emotions which are human. You can still experience sadness, anger, grief, disappointment, fear, uncertainty. The difference is that these emotions no longer define you. Instead of drowning in them, you just begin to witness them. Spiritual awakening is not the absence of emotions at all. It is freedom from being controlled by them. Even great masters experienced human emotions. What changed was their relationship with those emotions. Misconception number 2. Awakening happens in one dramatic moment. Many people imagine awakening as a sudden lightning strike of enlightenment, a single event that changes everything forever. While profound spiritual experiences do happen, awakening is usually a gradual unfolding. It is less like switching on a light and more like watching the sunrise. Slowly, layer by layer, old conditioning begins to dissolve. You gain clarity, and then you lose it again, then gain it again. Growth often comes in cycles. The journey is rarely linear, and that's perfectly normal, my friend. Misconception number 3. Spiritual people have no ego. One of the most misunderstood concepts in spirituality is the ego. Many seekers believe the goal is to completely destroy the ego, but the ego is not an enemy. It is simply the psychological structure that helps us function in the world. The problem isn't having an ego. The problem is believing you are only the ego. Ironically, trying to kill the ego often creates a more spiritualized ego. An ego that secretly believes it is more evolved, more conscious, or more enlightened than others. True awakening brings more humility and not superiority. Misconception number 4. Awakening means escaping the world. Some people believe spirituality requires withdrawing from responsibilities, relationships, work, or even family life. But awakening is not about escaping life. It is about becoming fully present within the life. You don't have to move to the mountains. You don't have to abandon your career. You don't have to disconnect from society. Spiritual growth happens in everyday moments, in conversations, in parenting, in relationships, in difficult situations. Life itself becomes the classroom, and you enjoy each moment and you learn from it. Misconception number 5. Spiritual awakening makes you special. The mind loves identities, and sometimes it turns spirituality into another identity. Like, I am awakened. I am more conscious than others. I understand truths that most people do not. This can create subtle spiritual arrogance. The deeper awakening becomes, the less special you start to feel. You begin to see that same consciousness exists in everyone. Instead of feeling above others, you feel connected to them on a deeper level. And compassion naturally replaces comparison. Misconception number 6. Once awakened, healing is over. Many people assume that awakening automatically resolves all emotional wounds and psychological patterns. But insight and healing are not always the same thing. You may experience profound spiritual realizations and still have fears, insecurities, or unresolved trauma that need attention. Awakening illuminates what needs healing. It doesn't always instantly heal it. Sometimes the spiritual path requires emotional work, self inquiry, therapy, shadow work, or deep inner honesty. Awareness opens the door, and the healing journey continues beyond it. Misconception number 7. Spiritual awakening looks the same for everyone. One person's awakening may involve silence and meditation. Another person's awakening may happen through service, devotion, creativity, parenting, or maybe profound life challenges. There is no universal script, no single timeline, no standard checklist. Comparing your journey with someone else's often creates unnecessary doubt. Your path is unfolding exactly in the way it needs to unfold. So, trust the process. Trust your pace. Trust your experience. Perhaps the greatest misconception about spiritual awakening is that it transforms you into something or someone else. But in reality, awakening is not about becoming someone new. It's about seeing through everything you are not. It is a gradual return to what has always been present beneath the noise, beneath the conditioning, beneath the stories. It's not perfection, it's not superiority, it's not constant bliss. It's just a deeper relationship with the truth. And sometimes that truth is beautifully ordinary. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Which spiritual awakening misconception have you personally experienced? If you're interested in conscious living, meditation, spiritual awakening, mastering the mind, consider subscribing for more weekly content. Thank you.